What's going on, everybody? Just left the gym on this lovely Tuesday night on what is my 39th birthday. So I decided to move Truth Will Set You Free over to tomorrow, but I wanted to chat because a lot of stuff going on in the news. Long weekend, obviously, all the things from Afghanistan, despite what the Department of Defense are saying, it has not been taken care of yet. There is quote unquote rogue forces. Let's see, more random news coming on about. Oh, I want to see this one actually. What did that say? It must be. Okay. More about the I word because we're going to be talking about the I word as well. What's going on, Tina, Donnie, Jessica? Appreciate the happy birthday, love. So it's funny that we are seeing the Department of Defense say one thing that has very little to zero boots on the ground. I've been listening to different firsthand experiences of those that were a part of Pineapple Express and the congressman or the person running for Congress that went in and got that family from Texas out. And there is planes on the ground in northern Afghanistan. The Department of Defense are saying not being held hostage, yet they have no eyes on what's happening. And according to everything being said by those on the ground, that is false and misinformation from our president and the Department of Defense. What's going on in Afghanistan, the way that things are being negotiated by our administration and by the heads of our military leadership, are causing unrest all over the world, including Yemen. These are things that we are not seeing. These are things that are not in the mainstream media because the other countries and other forces that are rebel forces, should I say, are looking at the way we're handling this and going, screw it. Who cares? If that's the way they're going to negotiate with the Taliban, I'm sure we're going to get the same deal because the deal they gave the Taliban is complete and utter garbage. So please continue just the same way as the border has not gone away, the issues with the border, which news coming out now, which if this was the previous administration would not, it literally would be top news every day. There's a report that 1 out of 3 migrant children are unaccounted for right now. 1 out of 3, meaning they got across the border, they had their sponsors, and nobody can get hold of 1 out of 3 that have crossed. Not to mention the fact that the border is still being flooded. Kamala has really not quite been there, and nothing has been taken care of. The same is going on in Afghanistan. They're pretending like there is not a humanitarian crisis there, and there is. All right. Well, you know what? You're gonna make the draft. Don't worry, Donnie. I hope everything's going well in Louisiana. I'm gonna put this up right now, and then I'm gonna talk about Fauci real quick and the I word because I think it needs to get said as soon as possible. Some of you might have seen my TikTok. I hope you did. What I'm gonna throw up though, guys, if you want to get me a birthday present, the birthday present that I would ask for is to go shopping on our store, awakenotwoke.com. I'm sorry, .myshopify.com. You can find it on hashtag Be the Change. There is a ton of cool stuff. This Awake hat is one of the things. It's got Be the Change in the back. We've got a whole bunch of fun, cool stuff on there. Funny ass t-shirts. You've got Impeach Biden. You've got the Impeach Biden shirt, which isn't just Impeach Biden because we all know that would probably be a bad idea. So it says Impeach Biden, fire Kamala, and retire Pelosi. We've got that shirt, and then some other cool ones about freedom. You guys will enjoy that. So check that out. Again, awakenotwoke.myshopify.com. All right, let's talk more about what's going on. The gain of function research. There are some leaked emails. I have read bits and pieces and covered them from both sides of the aisle in journalism. And guess what? Fauci is. And people, if he gets out of this, because now he lied under oath, it's not just the fact that he participated in the gain of function, it's the fact that he lied under oath in front of everybody, the Congress, the country. It's brutal. It's a lack of accountability, which is something we have seen over and over and over. Stuff, yes, and we have the woke turns to shit shirt. I love that shirt. I actually ordered one for myself. I did a whole birthday order through Casey today. Anyway, so Fauci is, I think that should be a new shirt. Fauci is, but anyways, he really is. Like, if he's not, I mean, we already know how ridiculous our current system is, but let's be honest. So anyways, guys, I also want to say, I just got done working out. If you're just joining now, that was my first full workout in almost 2 months. For those of you who did not know, I did actually have COVID for 10 days. It was definitely rough, no doubt about it. I continued with shows throughout. I think it started sometime in July-ish, and then I got over it. But I've been busy and have not gotten a chance. And it was hard to run. Now, with that, I want to talk about the fact that since we did the show on people that were B-worded injured, I've had a slew of people. I have a slew of people that have come to me and tell me their adverse reactions, including people that would still get the V word. I know people that are no longer, they got it in April, cannot run the same way, they're exhausted when they jog. They cannot run the same miles. They were very, very fit. People that have had insanely different periods. I'm actually talking about similar people in this one. In this case, their cycles were completely off, and pain like they could not believe. And then also more that have come forward from that show that have sent messages on Instagram that have said, I'm suffering from the same thing. Men that have had blood clots. There's so many different things of people coming forward, and people either believe them or they don't. I want to tell you one of the most interesting conversations I had with one of those ladies who is what you would consider, and I'm seeing all the birthday messages, and I appreciate all of you. One of the ladies was what would be considered relatively far left. She was big into all the social justice movements, etc. All of her friends were on the left, and I don't care right now. I will tell you right now, I do not care at all, and I didn't care then either, or a while ago. If you're on the left or if you're on the right, what I care about is that because there's some people on the right that are just as guilty. If you're fighting for the freedom of the American man and woman, we're cool. If you're fighting on the freedom to choose what goes into your body, we're cool. There is the ability in our country to disagree on items, yet still understand that ultimately the one thing that we can gel together as Americans is that we have a freedom in this country to choose different things. And one of those is the thing that goes into your arm. And fact is, if one country's banning it because of a couple cases and we've ignored thousands, in my anecdotal small circle, if I've got almost 100 people that have reached out to me, that tells you, and I don't have that big of a circle, do the math, that tells you what is going on all over the country. And with the I word, yeah, that was in Japan. And with the I word, I think this is incredible. Oh, what did Kay say? Okay. Well, I'm currently waiting to pick up dinner for my birthday dinner, Cal, at Pastafina. They had a little bit of a backup, so it's going to be a little bit, and then I will be right home, honey buns. Okay. So, the other things, as I got you guys, they both say tired a lot. They can't get over it. Honest to God. And that is the thing that I am constantly hearing. So here's the thing with the I word. And this is what should wake people up. And Liberal Jay and I were cool because we do really go back and forth, and he never takes it personally. But when he posted a story about the Rolling Stone printed about Arkansas having overdose cases with the I word, and guess what? I called it. I said, I can't find anything like this. So I reached out directly, personally, to the hospital and to the local news reporter in Oklahoma. Nobody got back to me, but you know who did? Well, nobody technically, but the article was changed. Rolling Stone had to retract it because the doctor hadn't even worked at that hospital in 2 months, had not worked there in 2 months, completely made it up. The hospital said they have not had to turn away any patients. The headline read, which might I add, and I should have brought it up on this because it's not even shown on Facebook as fake news or as fact checked or anything like that. It doesn't even have the COVID warning on the bottom. Not even a single thing. Nothing. And this article has been retracted as false and false information falsified by a doctor that did not exist. It said gunshot wounds being turned away due to I word overdoses. False. The hospital came out and said we have not had a single one in our hospital. Rolling Stone retracted it, said in the single hospital, they said, which is funny because the article was written about the single hospital, so they kind of gave a half-assed reaction. But ultimately, they're making things up about one of the safest drugs ever made that won a Nobel Peace Prize. It's not just for livestock, it's for human beings, for more than just parasites. There's so many things that this thing does, but I can't say on either of these platforms that it helps the vid. But it's been treating it in different ways, and it's harmless. And now, since people are starting to hear it, and since the Joe Rogans of the world have proclaimed that they've used it, now they're doing a campaign to make people think they're overdosing. Every bit of research I've done was that the worst that people did is they got sick because they took too much, probably of the horse version, and they ended up having nausea, throwing up, and when they called, they were just told what to do. Very few, if any. I have not actually seen. Actually, one person was hospitalized and then was released very soon after. That's the worst. Yet we're seeing what it's doing anecdotally, and it's so hard to even say because you can't say it on these platforms. It's actually in the community guidelines. And then the article that's fake news was literally left up there without even the banner, without even this has been verified or fact checked. And when I said it to Jay, he goes, I can't believe this doctor, this is horrible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, see what I mean? I'm like, how much money does it take for them to pay off this doctor? And he's like, oh, now you're just guessing. There's, how do you know he paid off the doctor? I don't. But is it going to take a sledgehammer to open people's eyes about what's going on? Like, there is no more blatant evidence. Like, why would there be an article timed right now, part of this campaign where everybody's saying it's a horse drug? Why would it be right now that this fake news comes on Rolling Stone, covered everywhere? Might I add, only right side media is covering the retraction. Only right side. Nothing on the left. How does this not start to open people's eyes? How does it not? That's my question. Exactly. It's not science. It's propaganda at this point. That was really all I was going to cover. I think there's one more thing. A reminder to those jumping on right now, if you want to get me anything for my birthday, I actually ask you not to get me anything, but I would love for you to shop. I would love people to start sporting this gear, start wearing it all over the place. Tell people where you got it. I forgot. LA Strong will get you if you haven't done yet. LA Strong gets you 25% off. LA Strong 25% off. I think it's until the end of this week. But we have a show tomorrow night. We'll talk more about that on Truth Will Set You Free. If anybody's got comments, what was the third thing I was going to talk about? I was going to talk about Fauci, Afghanistan. I already talked about it. That was all of them. The I word. The I word's the big one. And the fact that this massive misinformation campaign is continuing, it's just scary. Now, the vid is a real thing, and it's getting worse. And if you time it, that was the other thing I was going to say. I think it was West Virginia. One of the governors out there is actually looking at the numbers. And as I said, everything that this conspiracy theorist is saying is that the reason why, first off, I think our numbers were drastically skewed, but that 99% were unV'd and 1% were V'd in the hospital. But regardless, because the way that they were doing the paperwork, we had nurses on, we'll have more nurses on. Anyways, they're now showing that by 25% those cases are going up, which means as I said, it's going to take time for the antibody levels to wear off that are in the V word. And all of a sudden it's going to show no efficacy after 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. And all of a sudden we're going to be completely equal. This V word was just started in January, essentially. November, small amounts. Our numbers are going to keep going up on the V word because of the lack of longevity and success. Plain and simple. That's just the way it is. It's not even science. That's logic and common sense. Science has gone completely out the window at this point. The pasta has not come out yet, babe. She told me 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes. But she said 15 minimum. So I'm going to go inside. I'm going to check it out. See if the food's there. The world has gone insane. That's all I got. Hey guys, again, do me a favor too. Make sure you follow the TikTok I have. We had to rebuild it. I am going to be going strong, much to Kelly's dismay. She did the funfetti cake. She took all day. Let's see. Logo demanding. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw, uh, Blake, I think, was getting mandated, and I didn't get to watch the whole video, but I think he quit and got a different job. Um, I'd like if that's true, send me the article. I'd love to research it. Yeah, I mean, they're talking about we don't have enough teachers, we don't have enough nurses, both of whom are being forced to V word. We're encroaching on human rights. So again, I don't care if you're liberal, I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care what you are. I believe in freedom for Americans to do what they choose. We look at other countries like Australia, which is only, again, this is the misinformation across the world, and the way we do our media, the way they do theirs, it's only in 2 provinces, which where it is, it's horrific, absolutely horrible. But there is free places in Australia. It's kind of like their California is just like California on steroids. I'm never gonna go live, and it says I never gone live, and it says I can't go live. Kelly will work on that. You're not exactly tech savvy. I think they have you and I confused. What's going on? I'm very confused. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being amazing. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Truth Will Set You Free, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Be awake, not woke. Oh, and the TikTok is I am awake, not woke. Very simple. I am awake, not woke. I had to rebuild my TikTok because social media is a fraud, as is our mainstream media. But um, try if you guys can find it. Oh, that's right. You were banned. That's right. I forgot you were banned for doing something completely random. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow night. Peace out.